How y'all doing? Yeah, I'm out here in West Tennessee. Having a weird weather, man. The wind's blowing like 20 to 30 mile an hour. You got the old Trans Am coffee mug, that thing. Man, that's a weird looking cloud. Look at this.
Good morning, it's a big show on the radio. Hello, Lindsay Prentice here. And when I'm on this side of the pond, I get my daily dose of culture and edification every morning from these two delightful lads, John Boy and Billy, right here on the big show.
I don't know who Billy is, but
but where I come from, you're all
I always hear John Boy on the radio.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Well, I'll do a little walk.
Time for a look at today's headlines. Good morning. I'm Christy McIntyre. Jackson's Christmas tree recycling program is back this year. The City of Jackson and Keep Jackson Beautiful say now through January 9th, live trees may be dropped up.
I swear, man, looking in the mirror, man. That's not me. Y'all were saying that. Look at this weird looking clouds. They look better in person than they do on the camera. Let me see if I can get this. I took a little video. I was at a gas station, so it didn't look way back there on the horizon. You can see that. Where's my finger? See that layer of clouds across there, going all the way around. Just one opening right here. It's not much of a sunrise this morning. Kia, how's it going? Man, this is what I'm talking about these. That looks like something with its wings spread out. But see how it's got this central, and then it wings out both ways? All these clouds been doing that kind of pattern, man. It's where these clouds, like this in here, look, there's a triangle up in there. Right there, do y'all see it? Man, I'm just wanting everybody to be careful, man. We're fixing to have a daggum polar vortex. And man, people don't realize. Hey, look, there's daggum. I swear that reminds me of Gizmo, them little, I can't remember, Pomeranian dogs. I see that face over. That cloud is stretching on it. But see how it's like, you got a section, then you got it's like clouds are dividing, but this ain't a good example. I guess I could turn the camera right. There's not really much to show other than that weird cloud right there. Oh man, let me get my sausage egg biscuit. It's like 40 something degrees out here. Yeah.
Comedian Amy Borkowski says more of the goofy messages her mom, who's a typical Jewish mother, leaves on her answering machine.
Who's in here? Richard, what's going on? Oh God, this street's big cold, y'all. Y'all better figure out, get a lot of blankets, man. I'm telling you, probably gonna lose electricity and shit, because there ain't no telling, snow, sleet, whatever. But these cold, even if it don't do that, just the pure out cold, man, y'all just don't know. I mean, y'all probably do know, but man, below freezing temperatures is a headache. Everything freezes up, man. Any kind of moisture. It's crazy. I mean, it could be as simple as you got a door handle that gets the sun shining on it for a little bit, and it heats it up enough to make moisture that freezes and locks your lot. I mean, that's all it takes, condensation. Aren't you aren't you glad your drinking glass doesn't condensate like these jet airplane engines condensate? There's a big difference between their definition of condensation trails and. Mm, I'm sorry, I'm talking with my mouth full. Oh man, what's going on? Who knows, man? They got so much. They don't want Trump in so bad. They're throwing everything out there. Supposedly, that New Jersey stuff is nothing but black ops from Area 51 that have gone rogue because they've got more power than anybody in this world if they really do have alien technology, reversed alien technology. But I'm telling you, if it's not human or not an animal of this earth, it's a demon, man. It's demonic. If it ain't like us, I don't care how friendly they say they are. The friendliest people you ever meet will stab you in the back in a heartbeat, man. Those people that always got a smile on their face, it's because they got so much to hide. I'm dead serious. I never knew he was a child molester. He did so well with all these children for the last 20 years. I can't imagine. That means he's been doing it 20 years, you dumb mother. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can look at some people and it's just written all over them. See somebody and be like, man, that's a rapist. I mean, yeah, now Trump's saying that they're still going to send money to Ukraine. What's up with that? There's something going on. That money, actually, what is going on, what I think, they're funneling that money in under the guise of helping Ukraine, but in turn, they're really fighting Syria. All that shit do to America over there in Syria. I guarantee you, because they mess up when they do. They got some truth with their lies, but they were talking about the Ukrainians were such an asset for the takeover that just happened in Syria, right? I'm like, hang on. So they're having very successful warfare in Syria, but they're losing Ukraine. They ain't got enough people, and I'm like, hang on. This money's not going to Ukraine. I mean, it's going in people's pockets, but it's more geared toward taking over Syria, using Ukraine to do it. So look at it. We got Ukraine fighting Russia. Now North Korea is fighting Ukraine alongside Russia. Ukraine has actually been over there helping take over Syria. I mean, there's so much hidden stuff going on. I say you want to solve the deficit problem. Stop all foreign aid. Stop all money going anywhere. Keep it here. Keep it here. You know what I mean? Yeah. E.T. phone home. They're saying that ain't what he said now. That's another Mandela. And now there's some sort of Mandela about the Batman emblem. And the only Batman emblem that didn't change is on the suit of the character in the movie or show, whatever. Paris, how you doing? Man, my button's starting to act a little weird on my thing. It's not wanting to push. I don't know if I need to take this thing apart and try to clean the button out. It's probably just dust down here. Oh no. I was wondering how long this would last. Because, you know, like a Zippo, it'll last generations. But these new, like, bullshit like this is windproof, man. But it's not waterproof. That's crazy. It's totally windproof. I can take my air blower and blow on it and still light a cigarette. You know. But it ain't waterproof. And it's totally different when you're trying to light up different materials. But yeah, y'all, look, it's fixing to get cold. I'm talking about cold. Dangerously, deathly can kill you cold. Y'all just need to act like worst case scenario, you lose all ability to heat. So all you got to, is your body, right? So you better have a bunch of blankets. I'm serious, man. This is fixed to be, and this is just the first of it. And then I bet right in the middle of it, the daggone bird flu be kicking off. There's so much stuff fixing to happen here. 2025, that's the great reset. The great reset is upon us. It's so great. Man, I thought that song back when I was a kid was a patriotic sounding song, so I liked it. And I was like, hey, my mom was there, we're in the restaurant or something. I go, man, I like this song. And she was like, how can you like that song? I did not know it was about a centerfold. I did not know what a centerfold was when I was a child. I just liked the tune, you know what I mean? Sounds kind of patriotic. I don't know, maybe it's the flute or whatever's going on in there. Man, this is crazy. I got 3 people in the live stream, but Sunday I had 1,100 and something at one point somehow. I don't know how that works. I would show y'all the clouds, but these things are moving today. If there is something, I mean, look, we'll do another scan around. I gotta keep on the time. I pulled the phone out. Dude, it's terrible. There ain't really nothing going on, just that big old buzzer up there. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. Some are buzzards or eagles, one or another. 1 or 2, I mean, one or another. I get them words out somehow. It'd be word salad, just like Lydia Harris does word salad. I don't know if that's that same. That couldn't be. Or it could be. I was trying to get my camera on yesterday to film this cloud, and it just like vanished by the time I got the camera on. And then it started coming back a little bit. So I did a video on that yesterday. Oh, this ain't no Neverland. How'd you do that with the Dr. Pepper? Yeah, I've been, man. So you're saying shit like that too, huh? I mean, I've had shit like that happening to me for decades now, but it's getting worse. What? Yeah, I've been having like, I don't know, man. I can look at the clock and it'd be like such time, right? And then I don't think, but maybe 25 minutes went by, and it's like 2.5 hours went by. It's like, oh, now 2.5 hours went by around me, but 25 minutes only went by with me. Does that make any sense? There ain't no way it took me 2.5 hours to do something that takes 25 minutes. Or does it? I don't know. Oh, y'all. What time is it? I gotta keep on this time. Of course, it don't want to scroll. I guess I got an early start this morning.
Good morning, the big show is on your radio. Appreciate you spending time with us this Tuesday morning. All right, coming up next,
Trying to
ladies
change
and
up my
gentlemen,
routine.
news.
Man, evidently,
About your timeshare.
I got the message through those cops. Because I pulled I mean, if the law had said it, I would see blue. I mean, if the law had seen it, I would say they would have hit the blue lights. And the bad thing about it is I did it right in front of the law. And they just sat on the side of the road and let me continue on. I'm like, you know what? That last complaint might have got the message across. Calling that pig a pig at the sheriff's office and telling him he tore up my door. Telling him his buddy stole money. Filing a complaint with thumb drive of the videos. Yeah, maybe I got the point across. But yeah, I sat there. These MFers on the roads like to play games. They'll be sitting there up ahead of you. And the closer you get to them, then it activates them. So they'll start speeding up. They'll try to get up beside a car so they can block the lane. Then they'll get even with whatever car they get beside and block so you can't get around. Or say you're in the fast lane and the cars, this is what happened yesterday. The truck I was behind, all right, how can I explain? They're doing road construction or something. They got it down to 1 lane. Then it opens up to 2 lanes. Well, this goober head dude in this truck, it's a new Silverado, but he's a dickhead. And he likes fucking with traffic. You know what I mean? And I mean, I've been driving this route for 4 years. I deal with the same people over and over and over again on the roads because we're all going to work at the same time, leaving work at the same time. So you run into the same damn idiots all the time. So you know what you're about to deal with when you get near them on the road. So the car, he got in the slow lane. The car that was in front of him was in the fast lane. And there was enough distance that I didn't really have to speed, but I was going to go faster than the truck and pass him and then change lanes and get over in the slow lane to go around the car in the fast lane going too slow. Does that make any sense? Well, in the process of me going past this guy like that, he starts speeding up. Now he's closing that gap that I'm trying to go through. That wasn't a gap until he started speeding up. So I just downshifted the old Silverado and stood on it. And I sat there and he about closed it. I only had like 4 foot in front of me and 4 foot behind me, maybe. And I'm paying attention to driving, right? And this slot's fixing to close up. He's fixing to lock me in. But, I mean, that's what I'm telling you, man. These people play damn games on the road. And I'll get on this PA and tell them, man. I'll tell them. What do I call it now? What do you call it? What do you call it when you block traffic? Obstruction. I go, obstruction of traffic, it is against the law, and they'll pull out, they'll get out of the way when I start getting on that PA. But anyhow, when I went to make that, because he was closing up that gap on purpose, so I sat there and I went like that, and as soon as I did, right there on the side of the damn road, backed in like that, so it could face the traffic. was dadgum Henderson Police. I'm like, oh shit. I was speeding because I wasn't having to. All right, I was running like 58 mile an hour, 55 speed limit. But I had to speed up because of that dude, so I probably got up about 67 so I could get to the hole before it closed. And no sooner than I'd swap over, I'm halfway changing lanes, I'm sitting there looking at the side of a dadgum Henderson Police. So I just real quick hit the turn signal because I didn't have time to use it, but I had time to use it when I saw that. So evidently they saw a turn signal, so they couldn't get me for not using a turn signal. And I was on the brakes, and I got down to about 57, and I'm like, all right. But yeah, they never did come out behind me. I'm like, I did all that right in front of a damn cop, and they didn't pull out. But yeah, anyhow, enough of that. Huh? But yeah, good times. But yeah, y'all look, next week it's gonna be, man, y'all better be careful out there. Try to find anything that'll burn. I'm serious, y'all. It would, I mean, they're trying to outlaw wood heaters. And they're making them to work so much safety bull crap on wood heaters that they can't afford to build them. This button. I think it stopped working. Oh. Yeah, that button's the weakest point on this. No, this cold weather. I'm telling you, man, that cold, freezing cold like that can stop anything. I mean, it will. It has. Look at Texas. Was that last year? Whatever year that was, Texas got stopped due to it being so cold. I just don't know how these city folks do it, man, living in apartments and shit. I'm telling y'all, look, get like 24-hour candles, get them emergency candles and get you some dadgum, some of them pottery pots, you know what I'm talking about? Because that will help make more heat. I mean, I'm just saying, if worst comes to worst, you can always make you a tent in your living room or whatever and huddle under it. Have y'all, I mean, you can make a smaller space to heat. You don't have to heat the whole house. If it's an emergency, you better just heat the smallest area that you'll make your living quarters or whatever. I don't know. I'm just saying, man. I know back when I was growing up, it got so cold. We had a pretty good sized living room, and it had doors on it. But we had to get in the living room and shut all the doors. We had the fireplace going. We didn't have central heat. We had like it was a big ass house. I forgot how many square feet it was. My dad finally put in a big wood burning heater stove in the basement. And that's how he heated it. Man, it'd be like 100 degrees in that basement. But the house was warm, man. The floors. But yeah, this dadgum cold, man. I always say I'd rather be cold than hot. But I think that I don't know. I just don't know. If it was hot and I was able to get in water, that'd be different. But when it's just sweating Memphis hot like it is around here, that humidity. But the cold ain't no better. It's a humid cold out here. Huh. I'll tell you what was something weird happened to me, and it just, I don't know how it happened. But when I had that deer wreck, it was on June the 21st, 2003, right? Well, that year I was making, I forgot what the wine was now. Was it orange? But anyhow, the year that I sat there and hit that deer on my motorcycle, I had made some wine. And how did this work? I guess 2013, I'd met this girl and she had a motorcycle and she wanted me to. And I ain't been on a motorcycle since 2003. So it was kind of like a first date kind of deal, right? So I went to her house and I brought that bottle of wine. And I sat there and we got there and we hopped on the bike, drove around a little bit, got back to the house, drank that wine. And you know what I realized? That night was the first time, and it was the exact 10-year anniversary of me hitting that deer. And here I was, and it didn't hit me until we were drinking on the wine and it started. I was like, hang on. I realized it was June the 21st, 2013. I was drinking a bottle of 2003 wine that I made the year that I hit the deer. Is that not weird? And I ain't been on a motorcycle since then either. So I've been on motorized bicycles. Does that count? I gotta keep on this time. What time it? Oh, okay. I think I got time. Oh, I went to somewhere. It was just living love, man. I'm telling you, man. You could feel it. It was in you, going through you, all around you. It was great. And then I came back here. Yeah, that was, man. People don't, but man, I remember the day I was born. Then that day I died hitting the deer on a motorcycle. Then when I came back to this earth, tumbling down the daggum road. Each of those times is like waking up. When I was born, it was like waking up. When I hit that deer and wound up in that place of love, it was like waking up. And when I left that place and came back into the deer rack, it was waking up, trying to figure out what the hell's going on now. Oh, that's crazy. I ain't right, y'all. I've seen stuff that isn't supposed to exist. You know, damn it. They said it was going to be cloudy today, and dadgum, I ain't seen any clouds. I got to set my heaters up for the dog. Oh, let's see. That's crazy. I've had a lot of concussions myself. I think that's half my problem. It's frustrating, man. I can forget what I'm doing in the middle of doing it. I came up with an idea one day. I'm like, oh man, I need to write this down. And I'm writing it down and I forgot it while I was writing it. And I kept rereading what I wrote and I couldn't ever figure out what the rest of it was. I mean, what is that when your memory just wipes out just in the middle of writing down? I'm talking about like $1 million idea. How can I forget that? I still ain't remembered it. I mean, how does that happen? How can you be in the middle of writing down $1 million idea and forget what you're writing down and can never finish it? What is that? I've gone back and looked at some of my live streams and stuff. I'm like, damn, I started to talk about this and wound up in the middle of talking about that. And it's like, I never got back to what I started to talk about. Just one little distraction. It don't take much. Oh, man, you know, like in the motor cars, the sun visors, like, well, I'll tell you, the 77 Malibu. I've been at one of them sun visor bars with my head in a wreck one time. Them bars are solid. I've had so many bicycle wrecks as a kid, then I had a bunch of dirt bike wrecks and then four-wheeler wrecks. I had some good four-wheeler wrecks. They should have killed me too. But they didn't. I mean, I pulled boulders out of the ground. I was going down some hills that had, it was in Arkansas, and there's a bunch of rocks. And it was a power line right away. And they had big old gravel road under it that had rocks like the size of your fist, you know. And they had it was on a hill, so it was like stepped out. It was like 20 foot. It stepped up, 20 foot, stepped up, and did that. Well, I went up it kind of jumping, right? When I came down, I found that I could jump and land on the next platform, and it would spring up by the time, and I could jump. So I was like jumping down like that, right? Well, this one time when I was coming down, I saw this. It just stuck out in my mind. I saw this rock about the size of my fist sticking up. And the next thing I know, I'm getting folded over the handlebars and seeing the tires go, and I'm on the ground and the four-wheeler's going over me and we're rolling down this. I'm talking about rocks the size of your fist. That was not comfortable. I pulled a boulder out. That little bit of rock that was sticking up out of the ground was attached to something about that big around. I mean, it was attached to like 100-pound rock. And my skid plate caught it. Oh, man, I pulled it out of the ground. But, man, I rolled on it. I mean, I was doing probably 50 miles an hour. I got up, got the four-wheeler back on its tires, cranked it up. Keep on going. What do you do? Yeah. Oh, I gotta get out here. It's time to go. Y'all have a great day. Oh, God.